as well. All right, so we're going to continue moving forward with our workshop and giving you guys some of those workshop previews. We do have another gold sponsor that's coming up, and we're going to talk about, this is our gold sponsor for our digital daily segment, and it's from Inventive. Basically, what we're going to talk about now is measuring your digital ROI through Google Analytics, all right? So it's giving you an opportunity to measure some of those investments that you make into your business and in that space and really see how that can impact you from a digital standpoint. So I'm gonna welcome up with me Tim Gavin. Tim is actually also one of our 20 group managers within ADA. Tim, welcome.
Thank you.
Take it away.
Great here. Good afternoon. We're going to talk about where's your money going with your advertising, right? Measuring your digital ROI using Google Analytics. Everyone's switching from traditional advertising, cable, newsprint, going to digital. Well, how do you measure that? So let's talk about some first. John Wanamaker, multi-millionaire in the Philadelphia area, made it all through department store money. And his famous quote, which is quoted all the time, half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. Trouble is, I just don't know which half. Well, with Google Analytics, we do know which half is wasted, and that's what we want to talk about today. Digital advertising. We can track every single person that visits our website. We know how much money we're spending on advertising, we hope, and from there we get ROI, return on investment. So here's a Google Analytic report we think is critical to the dealer advertising budget. It's called the Source Medium Report. It falls under qualifications, and it's one of the many reports you can see on Google Analytics. So let's blow it up a little bit. This is a dealer in Detroit area. We're using this with his permission, a Chevy dealer. And this report breaks out all your different sources of people coming into your website, and it ranks them. So the top one for this dealer, Chevy dealer, is his organic Google search. So organic means that you typed in Chevy in Detroit or Silverado near me, and organically, that was the first thing you clicked on as a consumer. So at the top of the third column, it says new users. That's what we look at. So this dealer had 22,000 people come into his website. Of those, 6,800 came in from organic search. I'm going to use a little water to keep the cough down. If you look at number 4, that's Google CPC. That's Google cost per click, or your Google AdWords. Google that you're paying for. Number 5 was Facebook. Number 6 was Chevy Detroit, which is his LMA. And then Bing Organic. And look at number 8, that's his email. That's an email blast he did. So if you look at the rectangles, we can see how we're going to measure it. The first red rectangle said 6843. That's how many people came in from Google Organic. 2 over, it says the bounce rate, and his bounce rate for organic is 17%. We want to be below 40%. So anytime your bounce rate for Google is below 40%, it means people are staying on your site. Next to that is pages. The average person from Google looked at 3.2 pages, and next to that, they stayed for 4 minutes. This dealer's ahead of the curve because he's measuring conversions. Conversion means what are you doing when you get to this site. $868 people pulled up a VDP that came from organic. That's pretty good. And you can look at the different sites, cost per click, how many people came in, Facebook, how many came in. Excuse me, I'm going to take a cough drop. And look at the email. 435 people came from his email blast, of which 29% bounced. That's still healthy. Stayed for 2.3 pages in 2 minutes. And he had 62 VDPs. So for email blast, that's very good. And you can measure anybody doing cars.com? Cars.com came in at 18th. Of the 22,000 people that came into his website, only 42 came from Cars.com. 50% bounce rate. I'm sorry, 2% bounce rate, 1.8 pages, minute and a half. Everything we see here, Cars.com isn't making the cut. So let's put some dollars on it. This is a source medium report we use at our 20-go meetings. Here's how it works. He spent $2,000 on organic. That's the people that keep his organic going. A service like C4 or Monster Graphics, somebody that maintains your organic. You divide the number of visitors into that, and he's spending 29 cents to get somebody in on organic. Our go number is $2. Look at the bounce rate, look at time on site. Pages viewed. Organic makes a lot of sense for him because it's 29 cents. Google cost per click comes in at $1.23. And our go-to number is $2, remember? So he's under $2, so his cost per click is very efficient. Bounce rate's a little high, but not bad. And Facebook comes in at 47 cents. The problem with Facebook for him is it's 48% bounce rate, which is high, and they're only on site for a minute or a page and a half. The Chevy dealer's referral from his LMA, he didn't pay any money for it because it's part of his LMA. Bounce rate, healthy, time on site, 2 minutes and 2 pages. Now look at Cars.com. He spent $4,500 on Cars.com, so it costs him $107 for a person to go to his site. $107. It's not worth it, right? Unless all 42 people bought a car, but these are just people coming to the website. They're not people that are leaving leads or people that are coming into the store. It's just the website. $107 per person versus 29 cents. Pretty easy call. So let me back up one. The last column says rating. So that's where you, the dealer, fills in the best of the best. So Google Organic, you'd rate that number 1. Maybe Facebook, because it's cheap, would go 2, understanding that Facebook's very affordable and you're going to get a lot of people coming in with not a lot of people looking at the different sites. So Facebook might be 2, Google cost per click would be 3, email blast, very respectable for email, and email has more call to auction on it, call to action, so that might be number 4 or 5, but Cars.com would probably be last. So we follow the dollars, right? Where are you spending your money? What's working and what's not working? The Google Analytics will tell you how many people are coming in and how many people are visiting different sites. You can tag everything, and you can know everything. And you can measure how many people filled out a credit app. You can look at how many people that came on Facebook filled out a credit app. How many people at cars.com filled out a credit app. You decide what you want to measure, it will measure it for you. So this is a slide from Google Analytics. The one thing we don't know is when people came in, what did they look at? Did they look at a new car, a used car, or they come in for service? That we don't measure on Google Analytics. But that we do measure on NADA Analytics. So if you're in an NADA 20 group, we take Google Analytics and we break it out by sales effort. We take all that data, but we can see what marketplace they're in. We can see, are they coming in for new cars or used cars, service or parts. So that drills it down even further. That says, how many people came from Google Analytics organically for used cars? And are you putting in too much money in used cars or putting too much money on new cars? You have all the data. You have to be in an NADA 20 group to get it, but it's well worth part of the membership. We have 7 Internet 20 groups, and we take it even further. Instead of having 7 pages of data, which is our NADA analytics, we go down to about 50 pages of data. And these internet managers, who are in our Internet Manager 20 groups, are really sharp people. If you don't have a person in your dealership in one of our Internet 20 groups, you're kind of missing the boat. The analogy I give is that 30 years ago, we had to convince everybody to get F&I managers. Now we're convincing you to get a digital marketing manager in-house. It'll pay for itself. As I said, it's every part of an NADA 20 group meeting, we will cover part of the analytics. And if you're in an Internet Manager group, we go deeper still. Questions on Google Analytics, ROI? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Great. And I think that's a key element, right? Being able to know exactly where your dollars are going.